Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today's Saturday. It is August 15th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're gonna use Intuitive Kev's Kipperish deck. Kevin Thomas Jr. He has his own shop on Etsy. If you're interested, he has 3 decks. You can buy them separately, $35 to $40 a piece. Otherwise, you can buy the whole set of 3 for $99. We got 1 on the table, 2 on the table. A divine masculine is concerned, confused, or someone's confused, concerned about a divine masculine. 3 on the table. Two more shuffles. Five on the table. Last shuffle. You can always change this divine masculine to divine feminine. It doesn't matter. People are confused. We got 6 on the table. We got 7 on the table. 8 with bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is Ice King. Karmic masculine. Nice guy. Sorry, you couldn't even see that. Nice guy. Evil eye. I feel like that's who this is. Someone's watching. A karmic masculine is watching a divine masculine with confusion. Again, you can switch it to feminine. If that's the only thing that doesn't resonate, you can switch that. Because masculine energy, I have it. Feminine energy, I have it. Just depends on what time of day it is. Top of the deck, divine feminine, actual money, the veil, real love, imprisonment. There's a divine feminine out there that's the real deal. And I don't think it has anything to do with this, but there's a divine feminine out there that's the real deal, and somebody's sleeping on that. All right, let me show you what we got. We got confusion, illusion. I just heard Confucius says divine masculine. health concern, animosity, high honor, occupation. I thought I saw something big and black move through the backyard. We got starseed. I probably did. It's just not there. And bottom of the deck, expectation. Again, feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. This health concern is not what you would think it would be. Somebody is confused over a divine masculine. One, they're concerned over their health because they're looking at this person and they're thinking like you've changed too much physically in this past 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever, for there not to be some type of, I want to say foul play, but that's not the right term. Deception there. It would be like, okay, like me. Let me use me as an example, right? So like the last year, I've been walking, working out, watching much of my calorie intake every day, trying to do a calorie deficit, doing some very minute fasting, okay? Just overall taking better care of myself. Pardon me. People might look at me and say, and this is just an example. People might look at me and say, like, oh, she's lost too much weight in the last year. She must have like had surgery, or she must be on a GLP-1, or she must have had liposuction. Like, that's what this gives. There's confusion over someone's appearance because people don't believe that someone could look like that. There's animosity over somebody's job, somebody's position, somebody's career, possibly even just something that somebody does for fun, for a hobby. The thing is oh, pardon me. I was fine until I came in here. I wasn't at all sleepy. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Whomever this divine masculine is, they're a starseed. There's a starseed. And with the expectation, it's like these things, these attributes, I guess you would say, would revolve around a starseed. Whoever is watching in confusion doesn't understand that. This is not somebody that would be a part of this realm, I guess you would say. Because again, bottom of the deck, Ice King, Karmic Masculine, nice guy, but I don't think they're nice. Throw an evil eye at a nice guy, right? People are watching this person and they don't understand what they're seeing. They don't understand what they're seeing. Somebody could also have a more youthful appearance. I'm just going to say this because I was talking to a friend about this at work. Pardon me. If you know anything about the generations, every generation is getting younger and younger looking, and they stay younger and younger looking. We're talking like 40-year-olds looking like they're 20, looking like they're 18, right? I've even been told that I look younger for my age. I'm 46. People have told me I look like I'm 30, 35, 40. I literally had one person tell me, was it 2 weeks ago? He told me that I looked older than I was. He told me I looked like I was 48. He's the only one that said that to me. And like, probably like the last 20 years, more than 20 years, 27, 28 years. I remember when I was in my early 20s, I kid you not, my early 20s, I looked like a baby. I looked like I was fresh off the farm, fresh out of the chute, if you know what I mean. And I was working with two teenage girls, like 17-ish. They were friends. One of them was the daughter of our boss. They were working there just for the holiday. They hired a guy to come in and work, and he was flirting with the girls. And I was just like, can we cut it out and get to work because I don't want to be here all fucking night. Like, I want to go home. Because I was technically in charge, even though I wasn't like a manager or anything like that. I had the keys to the store. This is when I worked for Fannie Mae Candies the first time. And when I tell you I was like 20, 21, like I was 20, 21. I was a baby. They were babies, but I was a baby too. And this guy literally had the nerve to make a comment about how I was like an old lady. And I was like, how old do you think I am? And he's like, I don't know, 25, 30. And I looked at him, I'm like, I'm 20, 21, like whatever I was. And he looked at me like this. And one of the girls was like, she doesn't look like she's 30. And he was just, in my experience, men will do that all the time to make you feel bad about yourself. Like you should feel bad about yourself. And don't get me wrong, I'm like I've told you guys, I've always been a chunky girl, even since I was a kid, since I was in high school, since I was in middle school, honestly. But I did not look like I was 30 years old. Today, as a 46-year-old, I can see where somebody would think I look older. I can see that. But most people tend to tell me I look like I'm 10 years younger. People, I'm technically like the end of Gen X, or what is that, technically a millennial? What comes after Gen X? I think my brother's 83, so a millennial. But I'm like on the cusp, like I was right at the cutoff or something. Or maybe he's right at the cutoff. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Generation after generation gets younger and younger looking. Younger and younger looking. Babies. They look like babies when they're not even babies. Somebody is looking at this divine masculine, possibly thinking that they look younger and they shouldn't look younger. Why do they look younger? What are you putting on your skin? What are you putting on your face? Why do you look like that? And it's funny because me personally, I put very little on my face, very little, and always have. Like when I was younger, I used to use Proactive to get rid of pimples, right? Breakouts. That was like in my mid-20s or to 30s. And then I stopped using it because I didn't really need it anymore, other than the occasional pimple. And pardon me, I don't usually put any lotion on my face unless I'm putting like sunscreen on there. I don't use makeup. I think I've put makeup on my face maybe a total of 5 to 10 times my whole life. Again, I'm 46. I have a facial wash in my shower that I use probably like once or twice a month. Like I don't even use it that often. I have some collagen, some vegan collagen for my neck, for my little waddle that I started to get when I started to lose weight. I have a tea tree oil for my blackheads on my nose. And sometimes I get a lot. I mean, I have blackheads everywhere, but the most parts that bother me is here in my nose. And then I have some rose water spray to just freshen up my face, make it look a little fresh in the morning because I'm tired, That's it. I don't put anything I don't put shit on my face. Like, and that's the most I've ever put on my face because when I was younger, like I said, Proactive, and that was it. I never put anything on my face. And I think I bought foundation a couple of times. I had like a stick and then I would just kind of mix it in, but I didn't use that often. And the only time I ever used it is if I had a big ass pimple and it was red and sore and I wanted to cover it up. Otherwise, like I never used that shit because I just didn't use makeup, period. Like I said, I probably use makeup between 5 to 10 times my whole life. It was funny because the year that the ex-husband and I got married, I literally bought like $300 worth of makeup and then never used it. Never. Never. And after we got married, I was like, I gotta use this makeup because otherwise, what did I buy it for? The only thing I ever really use is lipstick, lip gloss, and eyeshadow. I don't do mascara usually. I think I've only done it maybe 3, 4, 5 times in my whole life. I just don't, you know? Somebody's looking at another person like, hey, how come you look as young as you do? How come you're youthful? Like you're my age, but you look better than me. And again, there's anger over somebody's job or position. But like I said, this person, they're a star seed. And when you're a star seed, God, your angels, your ancestors, your dearly dearly departed loved ones, there's expectation there. Like you're going to succeed, right? You're a star seed, you're going to succeed. How are you going to go about doing that? And people, a person or people are looking at this star seed, this divine masculine, and there could even be jealousy and envy there, even though the card didn't come out. Like they don't understand. It's like, and it's like they got a glimpse of the real person, right? Like, oh, that's what they're about. Oh, that's who they are. They're an earth angel, or they're this, that, and the other. But then if the illusion falls back into place, and they act like they don't know. It's and it's just giving fake. It's giving fake. It's giving evil eye. I don't know, like, because now the more that I'm sitting here and I'm feeling it, it's I cannot for the life. What is that song from? It's like from the 80s. I don't know. I don't know all the lyrics, but it's got a funky rhythm to it. It's like, take your baby by the hand, something, something, something. I don't know the other lyrics. I don't know. I could probably figure it out and Google it later. I was picturing something else and now I lost it. I don't know what it was that I saw. I lost it. Take your baby by the hand. Yeah, I can't get the song, and I totally lost whatever it was that I was seeing, and I just spent the last 5 minutes trying to figure it out on your guys' time. God, what was that song from? It was in a movie. And he said it's a masculine singer, it's a male voice, and he says, and we were up and out, I think, and we danced all the dances, or I don't know, something. The lyrics aren't quite right, but I can hear the beat in my head. Like, I can hear the beat. I'm picturing somebody talking to their doctor, and I think it's this confused person, like reaching out to an expert of some kind and being like, hey, this is what I see in this person. Don't you think this is weird? Like, somebody's like going above and beyond to just be like totally fucking out there. Like, being in somebody's business when they don't need to be in their business. And here's my thing. The fact that somebody thinks someone has a health concern because, oh, they lost too much weight too fast. Like, oh, did they have surgery? Oh, did they take a pill? No, nobody's fucking business. Nobody's. I think I told you guys, like, I've been losing my weight naturally by walking my ass off, working out, taking up boxing in May. Now I'm doing the battle rope when I'm boxing 3 days a week. Eating better, right? That's how I've lost all my weight in the last year. I have a friend at work who works in the office. Beautiful, wonderful lady. Amazing. Single mom. Okay. The dad is in the picture, but they're divorced, and I don't know how often the kid sees the dad, but whatever the case. She's not a kid anymore. She's in her 20s, and she works with us at the company, the warehouse where we work, but she works in another department. And my friend decided to have surgery to lose weight. Now, she had to lose a certain amount of weight in order to qualify for that surgery, because they want to know, you have to be a certain weight to be operated on. You can't be like crazy obese. You have to be within a certain weight limit. So I'm sure that was a factor. But also a factor is they want to know that you're committed. They want to know that you're going to eat healthier. You're going to develop better habits. So they want you to lose a little bit of weight before you have the surgery. So she lost her weight. She had the surgery, and she looks amazing. Amazing. Do you think that I'm bitter with her because I worked my ass off and she had surgery? No. I'm extremely ecstatic, happy, overjoyed for her that she knew she had to make that decision, and she made that decision and she stuck with it, and now she's doing what she's doing. Because when I tell you, I thought about that. I thought about having that surgery. Not at all interested, not at all wanting to do that, not at all wanting to go through that. Because, first of all, that surgery has ramifications. It has had ramifications with every person I've ever known that has had weight loss surgery. Okay? I wouldn't want to deal with that. She's going to have to probably deal with certain things in the near future. I just wouldn't want to sign up for that. So, me saying, oh, I hate her, or I don't like her, she didn't really lose weight, she had surgery, that's an asshole thing to say. No, she first of all, she had to lose a little bit of weight to have the surgery, so she had to do that. Not only that, but after you have the surgery, you have to mentally commit to that surgery, to the aftermath, because otherwise you just wasted your time and you wasted your money. I have nothing but respect for people that have weight loss surgery. You want to go that route? Fabulous. I did not. Personal choice, but congratulations. I don't hold any like ill will, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't bother me at all. I'm very proud of her for having the surgery. There's another lady there that just recently had I don't know if it was shoulder or elbow or knee, I can't remember, but she had surgery. She's a big girl. She's probably like 10, 15 years older than me. has an adult son, has 3 grandbabies. Wonderful woman. Wonderful woman. Been through a lot of shit in her life, but always persevered. She was a big girl before she had to have her surgery and was at home for 3 months, I think she was at home. When she came back, she's even bigger. Sadly, when she came back, she's even bigger. And before she left, she was talking about having weight loss surgery, which again, she would have to lose so much weight to be able to go and have the surgery. The surgery that she had on her extremity, I think that was like emergency, I'm assuming. Because it was like she was at work and then she was gone. She seemed fine and then she was gone. Either case, if she were to decide, okay, I'm going to lose a little bit of weight, I'm going to have this surgery, I would be nothing but happy for her. Everybody's journey is different. And it's nobody's business how somebody gets somewhere. Whomever this is that is like, oh, I'm confused. There's an illusion here. I don't understand. Like, why do you look the way that you look? What did you do to yourself? Why are you held in such high regard? You're not better than me. Okay, I've said this before too. As a human, you should never think of yourself above anybody else. You should never think of yourself as below anybody else. However, in the 5D, it's different. There is comparison there. God, your angels, your ancestors, your dearly divided love. Why do I keep saying that? Dearly divided loved ones. That's a whole other situation. But anyway, dearly departed loved ones. They hold people to accountability. They hold people at certain levels spiritually. So, like, and I was talking about this, was it earlier or was it yesterday about chosen ones? I can't remember if it was earlier today or if it was yesterday. Like, somebody could literally tell me, like, oh, Kim, you're a chosen one. Okay. Like, yeah, maybe. I mean, if God looks at me like that, if my angels look at me like that, if my dearly departed loved ones look at me like that, I don't look at myself like that. And I'm not saying that any one person should, like you feel and do you, right? But there's a reason why I'm called the Humble Hermit. I'm very humble about my life and the things that I do and all that jazz. And I'm going to keep it like that. And I'm always going to be like that. And it's not that I don't love myself and it's not that I don't think I do great things, because I do. But I don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks of me. I don't give a fuck. Because I don't give a shit about you. And I mean that in the nicest, friendliest way possible. You want to be karmic your whole fucking life? Go be karmic. You want to be a genius? Go be a genius. You want to create some big scientific thing where you win a Nobel Prize? I think that's fucking awesome. You want to be a fucking dirtbag drug addict? Great, go do that. I don't give a fuck who you are. Just be who you are for you. Has nothing to do with me. Just like who I am has nothing the fuck to do with you, right? There's nothing to be confused about. There's no illusion. It's something that you make up in your head because you're jealous, you're envious, you don't understand how someone got to be where they are and you can't get there. Babe, you can. You can. You're jealous of this divine masculine, the starseed. You don't know how they got high honor. Go figure it out. Go get your own high honor. You don't understand how they look better, they look younger, they lost weight, whatever the case. Go do that for yourself. Figure it the fuck out. You're jealous because someone's looked at it as a starseed? Become one. Live your life as if you were one. Then maybe God will look at you like that. I mean, seriously. The level of idiocy, of simpleton out there. Like, quit watching other people and quit acting like you're confused and you don't know what's going on. You know what's going on. You think someone is better than you. It pisses you off. And instead of raising your own vibe, you just live in this just nasty ass energy of being an asshole. I hate being in that energy. Earlier on, I got so mad at Bubbles because I was in my room. I was folding clothes. I had the TV going. I needed to walk my my last mile so I could finish 6 miles for the morning before the end of the afternoon, I guess technically. And he was sitting at the door crying. So I get up and open the door and I said, "Here you go out." Well, when I opened the door, Homer came in. I didn't want Homer in here. I'm trying to finish my walk, finish my YouTube reading so that I could turn off the TV, turn off the treadmill, and then come here and do this reading. And then I'm going to sit out in the living room. I have things that I want to clean, things I want to move around, stuff like that. I'm working on stuff today. I'm working on the house. I'm doing laundry, all that jazz. So Homer comes in, and then Bubbles doesn't want to leave, and I get pissed off. So I go to sit on the bed so I can do some arm lifts and leg lifts and stuff like that. Suck in my gut for a few minutes. And Bubbles and Harley come up on the bed and they're like rubbing up against me and and I'm like, look, get your ass off the bed. I don't want you up here. Like, I'm pissed off. I had the water running for like a half an hour with the light on, so he would drink water. I think he drank some water for like maybe a minute, and then the water was going, the light was on. I get a little sensory, not even sensory, I just get overwhelmed because I'm trying to do the best I can for these cats so that they live their best life. And it's like they're deliberately going the opposite way, like kids, like teenagers, like young adults. Like, you give them advice and they're like, "Oh, I shouldn't do drugs. Okay, let me go do intravenous drugs so I get addicted." Like, they're like, and I've called in front of my friends, my family, I've called them little crackheads before because that's what they act like. And it just got to the point this morning, a little bit earlier on, where I was sitting on the bed and I was like, "Shut the fuck up. You're whining because you want water, but the water's on, but you won't go drink it. You're crying because you want to be let out, so I open the door and then you don't go out. And I close the door because I don't want the other cats in here." Like, just quit being the opposite of what you want to be and what I'm trying to help you to be. And I lost my shit earlier. Something I deal with on a daily basis, and I can go days without losing my shit with these cats. And then all of a sudden, one day, something happens, and I'm like, and usually it's not even that I'm yelling at them or anything. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck is this? Like this, I think around like 10, 11 o'clock, I found vomit on the bed. I went and fed the cats for the third fucking time today. Fourth? I think the third. And then I found barf on the bed, on the blanket. So I had to clean most of that off, then throw it in the washer to get the rest off. Like, you're just creating more work for me. It is what it is, right? That I didn't freak out about. Like, my reaction was in my head, and I let it go almost instantly. But when Bubbles pulled that shit with the door, like, I was livid. You tell me one thing, and I offer you the opportunity, and you do another. That's exactly like whomever this is that is watching this divine masculine, this starseed. It's like they're watching somebody rise, and they're literally watching how they're rising. They're literally getting, their hands on the playbook, but then they act like they don't know what to do. What do you mean? Just start healing yourself. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying start somewhere. Don't just watch somebody do it. Don't just watch somebody live their best life and be bitter about it. I just don't understand that type of energy. And it goes back to the witch energy, right? Like, wishing evil eye on people, wishing people's downfall, wishing for people to lose money, homes, cars, lovers, family, friends. Like, all that energy that you put into that bullshit black magic, you could have put into manifestation for yourself. I just don't understand the stupidity. I just don't. And again, it's nobody's business. Whether I look at myself as a chosen one, a starseed, whether I'm held in high honor by other people, or again in the spiritual community, how I got to be where I am with my health, how I got to look how I look. "Oh, you look younger? Fabulous, thanks." And then they look at you like, "Well, aren't you going to give me tips?" No, I'm not. Figure it out. And every person's different. It's not, I can't tell you how many times I've given advice, I've told people how I do something, and they just either absolutely don't fucking do it, they absolutely go in the other fucking direction. It makes them more toxic, it makes them more karmic. Like, I don't want to be a part of that energy, you know? Like, this shit literally pisses me off because there's someone out here living their best life, and there's people in the background questioning it, acting confused, acting like the divine masculine is the illusion, and then wishing evil upon them, you know, talking shit. Like, just fucking knock it off already. It makes no sense to me. It will never make any sense to me. Never. All right, I'm done. I'm done because I'm getting all hyped up, and I was hyped up earlier over the damn cat. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous Saturday, a wonderful weekend. I wanted to do some angel messages for today, so I might wait and do that a little later tonight, maybe like closer to dusk, maybe just a little bit later, just kind of like evening angel vibes kind of thing. Maybe I'll even bring a candle in here for once. I don't know, but I'm probably going to do some angel messages. I was going to start painting the cover for my book today, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow because I'm not planning on working in the afternoon when I come home from work, and I'll still have daylight for about 4 to 5 hours. So I think I'm going to paint tomorrow. Um, Today is more my cleaning house, doing tarot, walking kind of day. So I might possibly do a whole other reading other than angel messages. It just kind of depends on where the rest of my afternoon takes me. So, again, hope everybody has a wonderful day, fabulous evening. I will talk to you later.